There are places on this planet where the ordinary fades and the world reveals its hidden soul. Mountains that touch the clouds, oceans that whisper secrets of time, and cities that glow like living dreams. Every journey begins with a single step. Every destination holds a story waiting to be found. From the heart of the deserts to the edge of the Arctic sky, this is a journey through the most breathtaking corners of our Earth. Welcome to Secret Stops, where we uncover the world's hidden wonders, one destination at a time. Few cities can claim the grandeur of Rome, the eternal city. Here, every street, every square, every stone has witnessed millennia of history, glory, passion, and triumph. Rome doesn't just live in the present, it holds the past in its very bones. At the Colosseum, echoes of ancient gladiators and roaring crowds still resonate through the air. As you stand in its shadow, you can almost hear the clash of swords and the cheer of spectators. Battles that once defined the heart of an empire. Just a few steps away, the Roman Forum awaits. What was once the beating heart of political and public life in ancient Rome. Now, these ancient ruins stand as quiet sentinels to the greatness of an empire that stretched across continents. And then we step into Vatican City, the world's smallest country, yet one of the richest in culture and spirit. Here, within the hallowed walls of St. Peter's Basilica and the awe-inspiring Sistine Chapel, some of the world's greatest art is immortalized, a masterpiece of faith, creativity, and human achievement. Rome is more than just ancient ruins. It's a living mosaic where past and present blend seamlessly, creating a city that pulses with timeless energy. A place where history isn't just learned, but experienced. Through every cobblestone, every piazza, every glance at its eternal skyline. Welcome to Tuscany, a land where nature and art live in perfect harmony. Here, the golden hills roll endlessly across the countryside, their curves dotted with ancient cypress trees and charming stone farmhouses that have witnessed centuries of history. As you step into the medieval towns of San Gimignano, Siena, and Lucca, time seems to stand still. The hustle and bustle of modern life fades away, replaced by the gentle rhythm of wine flowing from barrels and the scent of fresh bread in the air. In every cathedral, frescoes bloom on walls that have stood for generations, telling stories of faith, passion, and artistry. Every cobblestone path is a step back in time, leading to quiet piazzas where life is savored in its simplest form. In Tuscany, it's not just about what you see, it's about what you feel. It's about tasting the earth through a glass of wine, breathing in the perfume of vineyards and olive groves, and allowing the landscape to seep into your soul. Every sunrise casts soft amber and terracotta hues across the land, turning the hills into a living canvas. Tuscany isn't just a destination, it's a celebration of life, a reminder of what truly matters. Here, beauty isn't just in the scenery, it's in the way you experience it, in every breath, every sip, every step. As we journey south through the golden hills of Tuscany, we arrive in Florence, not just a city, but the cradle of human brilliance. Here, in the heart of the Renaissance, the world awakened, art breathed, thought ignited, and beauty, once hidden, was brought gloriously into the light. Above it all rises Brunelleschi's dome, a fat of vision and engineering that still crowns the skyline with pride. Its terracotta curves glow in the Tuscan sun, surrounded by ancient towers that once echoed with the footsteps of poets, painters, and philosophers. Walk the cobbled streets and you'll feel it, that quiet electricity, as if genius still lingers in the air. Cross the Ponte Vecchio, Florence's iconic medieval bridge, where time seems suspended. Gold gleams in the shop windows just as it did centuries ago, and the Arno River reflects a city that never truly aged, only evolved. In Florence, the works of Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and Botticelli aren't confined to museums. They're stitched into the very soul of the city, etched in marble, splashed in frescoes, and whispered in every shadowed piazza. This is a place where the past doesn't fade. It pulses, where every stone tells a story. Florence is not just where the Renaissance began, it's where the world rediscovered its capacity to dream. Welcome to Venice, a city that doesn't just defy logic, it defies gravity. A floating masterpiece, delicately balanced on shimmering waters and centuries of history. Here, time flows as slowly as the gondolas that drift beneath stone bridges. Each turn of a narrow alley leads to hidden courtyards, fading frescoes, and the soft echo of music played in forgotten corners. This isn't a city you simply visit, it's one you feel deeply, like a memory you're somehow already part of. The beating heart of Venice is the Grand Canal, an elegant reverse S carved through the soul of the city. It winds past majestic palazzos, each one whispering tales of merchant empires, masked balls, in a golden age when Venice ruled the seas. And then there's St. Mark's Square, a place where time stands still. Pigeons flutter through golden light, The basilica glows with Byzantine brilliance, and the campanile watches over it all like a timeless sentinel. Venice is quiet and loud, delicate yet enduring. It is a place where water holds up history and dreams sail gently on the tide. You don't walk through Venice. You float through a living poem. Venice isn't just a destination, it's an enchantment. And long after your boat sails away, a piece of your heart will stay moored among its misty canals. Step into a city where time doesn't rush, but glides like a brushstroke on silk. Welcome to Kanazawa, a coastal jewel where Japan's art, history, and elegance breathe in harmony. Begin in Kenroku Garden, ranked among the top 3 in all of Japan. Here, every pond, lantern, and pine tree is placed with intention, a living canvas where seasons change like poetry. In spring, cherry blossoms drift across the water. In autumn, fiery maple leaves set the garden aglow. From nature's artistry to human craft, stroll through the Higashi-Chaya district, where echoes of geisha songs and shamisen notes still linger behind the wooden lattice windows. The tea houses with gold leaf wares and soft lantern light invite you into a world that has barely changed in centuries. Then there's Kanazawa Castle, once the seat of samurai lords, its white walls gleaming against the sky. And nearby, the Nagamachi Samurai District, where cobblestone lanes and earthen walls whisper tales of honor, duty, and quiet strength. In Kanazawa, tradition isn't just preserved, it lives. In every gold-covered suite, in every kimono-clad local, and in the slow, graceful rhythm of a city untouched by time. This is not just a destination, it's a living museum where the past walks beside you. Now ride across the sky along one of the world's most scenic routes, the Shimanami Kaido. This 70-kilometer road and bridge network stretches across the Sado Inland Sea, connecting Honshu and Shikoku Islands, taking you on a journey through 6 stunning islands, each with its own unique charm. From start to finish, the Shimanami Kaido is not just a road, it's an experience that celebrates the natural beauty, culture, and freedom of Japan. As you cycle or drive along this remarkable route, you cross suspension bridges that soar high above turquoise waters, offering panoramic views of the sea below, dotted with tiny islands and sleepy fishing villages. The road curves along cliffs, bringing you close to the sea breeze and the scent of salt air, as if the very landscape is inviting you to slow down and soak in the surroundings. Each island you visit has its own personality. Ikuchi Island with its quaint village life, Mukashima Island with serene views of the Seto Inland Sea, and Omishima Island, home to beautiful shrines and hiking trails. The journey is a tapestry of open skies, rolling hills, and charming seaside towns where time seems to slow. It's more than just a ride, it's a journey of freedom, where the vast inviting you to explore at your own pace. The quiet, sun-dappled lanes and the sense of adventure make this an unforgettable experience. Whether you're on two wheels or four, the Shimanami Kaido offers a rare opportunity to connect with the heart of Japan's natural beauty. Riding along the sky, where the road meets the sea, and the horizon stretches as far as the eye can see. Tucked away in the misty mountains of Gifu Prefecture, there lies a village so timeless, it feels like a forgotten fairy tale. Shirakawa-go. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is a place where time slows and nature is woven into every corner of life. Famous for its steep, thatched roof farmhouses, known as gashozukuri, these homes are built with a design that has endured through centuries, perfectly suited to survive the heavy snowfalls of winter. The roofs, steeped to an almost magical angle, are constructed to shed the weight of snow, standing strong against the elements. In winter, Shirakawa-go becomes something from a dream, a serene, snow-covered haven where the rooftops are dusted in white and warm lights glow softly from the windows, reflecting off the icy landscape. It's a quiet winter wonderland where each house stands like a piece of history, holding the stories of generations past. Come autumn, and the village is ablaze with the fiery reds and golds of maple leaves. These colors spill over the hillsides, reflecting in the gentle streams that wind through the village like veins of life. The crisp air and vibrant foliage create a scene that's nothing short of magical, a reminder that nature's beauty is always in transition. Every season here tells a different story. Every moment is a step back in time, where ancient traditions are kept alive amidst nature's ever-changing canvas. Shirakawa-go is a place where you don't just visit, you experience. You feel the heartbeat of Japan's past, beating softly with every breath of mountain air. In the heart of modern Osaka, amidst the hustle of the city, rises a symbol of feudal strength and timeless elegance: Osaka Castle. With its distinctive green-tiled roof and golden kikuman chrysanthemum emblems, the castle's beauty is as striking as its history. Standing tall against the backdrop of the bustling city skyline, It seems almost otherworldly, an echo from a bygone era. Once the stronghold of warlords, it now watches over Osaka like a silent guardian. Its towering walls surrounded by peaceful moats, serene cherry trees, and the whispers of centuries past. As you step onto the grounds, the energy of the past pulses beneath your feet. Built in the late 16th century by Toyotomi Hideyoshi, one of Japan's most powerful warlords, the castle has withstood sieges, fires, and wars, rising from the ashes each time, stronger than before. Inside the castle's walls, you can almost hear the clatter of samurai armor, the calls of generals rallying their troops. And as you climb to the observation deck, the sweeping views of Osaka's sprawling urban landscape unfold below you, a stunning juxtaposition of old and new. Visit in spring, and the cherry blossoms around the castle create a soft, pink rain, petals drifting through the air like a beautiful memory. Osaka Castle is more than just a structure. It's a living, breathing testament to Japan's storied past, standing proudly in the midst of a dynamic, ever-evolving future. We begin our journey with the crown jewel of Japan, the majestic and timeless Mount Fuji. For centuries, it has captivated hearts and stirred imaginations. Worshipped by ancient Shintoists, painted endlessly by masters like Hokusai, and revered by generations of pilgrims and poets alike, Mount Fuji is not merely seen, it is felt. Each season transforms its face, offering a new lens through which to marvel. In winter, Fuji wears a pristine crown of snow, sharp against the icy sky. Come spring, delicate sakura trees blush beneath its watchful gaze, a pink dream drifting across the base. In summer, adventurous climbers ascend its rocky trails to witness dawn from above the clouds, an experience that leaves many in reverent silence. And in autumn, vibrant reds and golds spill through the forests that surround it, adding fire to the mountain's already powerful presence. Perhaps most breathtaking is the view from Lake Kawaguchi, where the waters lie still as glass, perfectly mirroring Fuji's form. In those quiet moments, as mist rises and light dances across the surface, it feels as though the earth is holding its breath in awe. Mount Fuji is a paradox, massive yet graceful, ancient yet ever-changing. It stands as a reminder of nature's grandeur and Japan's deep reverence for beauty, silence, and harmony. To stand before Mount Fuji is to understand Japan, not through words but through stillness. You don't just observe the mountain, you become part of it. You feel its pulse, quiet and strong, like the heartbeat of a nation that honors both its timeless past and its infinite future. Beneath the towering majesty of Mount Fuji, 5 pristine lakes cradle its reflection like nature's sacred mirrors. Welcome to the Fuji Five Lakes region, a realm where sky, water, and mountain converge in perfect harmony. Here, Japan's most iconic peak is not merely seen, it's felt. Lake Kawaguchi, the most accessible of the 5, offers postcard-perfect views at dawn when Fuji's snow-capped silhouette glows pink in the morning light. But each lake, Yamanaka, Saiko, Shoji, Motosu, and Kawaguchi, offers its own unique window into this sacred giant. Rent a boat and drift across still waters where time seems suspended. Soak in an open-air onsen with steam rising into the mountain air, and Fuji standing silent, eternal before you. In spring, cherry blossoms frame the scene like a living painting. In autumn, crimson leaves mirror the mountain's fiery spirit. Even in winter, the snow-blanketed landscape glows with hushed reverence. The surrounding towns, quaint, quiet, and warm, invite you to slow down. Visit local shrines that honor the mountain's spirit, or follow ancient forest trails once walked by pilgrims seeking communion with nature. In the Fuji Five Lakes, Mount Fuji doesn't dominate the landscape. It becomes part of your journey, a silent companion watching over every moment. This is more than sightseeing. It's a spiritual dialogue between earth and sky, where you don't just witness Fuji, you connect with it. Step into a dream. Into the otherworldly Arashiyama Bamboo Grove in Kyoto. Here time slows and the world softens. Towering green bamboo stalks rise like silent sentinels, swaying gently in the breeze as sunlight filters through the emerald canopy above. The wind whispers through the grove, creating a calming rustle that soothes the soul. Walking the narrow path between these living giants, every step feels sacred. Your breath deepens, your thoughts quiet. The outside world fades into a distant memory. It's more than a forest, it's a living, breathing poem. In this surreal landscape, every moment feels intentional. The cool air, the scent of earth and leaves, the soft crunch of gravel beneath your feet. It all draws you inward, into stillness. It's no wonder Arashiyama is one of Japan's most photographed places. And yet, no photo can capture the true feeling of being here. Because this grove isn't just seen, it's felt. A rare place where nature invites you to listen, breathe, and simply be. Far from the bustling cities nestled in the serene heights of the Japanese Alps, lies a place where nature reigns supreme, Kamikochi, Japan's alpine paradise. This is a sanctuary for the soul. The towering snow-capped peaks stand tall against a perfect blue sky, their sharp outlines mirrored in the crystal-clear waters of the Azusa River, which winds lazily through the valley floor. The river's gentle flow sings a song of peace, while the mist, like a soft veil, rolls over lush valleys, adding to the ethereal beauty of the landscape. Wild monkeys chatter playfully in the branches of larch trees, and the air is filled with the scent of pine and fresh mountain air. The alpine meadows are home to vibrant flowers in the spring and summer, while the fall brings a brilliant tapestry of colors, with leaves turning gold and crimson, making the whole valley feel alive with color. Kamikochi is a place for hikers, dreamers, and anyone in search of a quiet escape. Whether you're walking the peaceful paths along the river, gazing at the snow-capped peaks from the bridge, or sitting by the edge of the lake in silence, the raw beauty of the mountains is overwhelming. It's not just a destination. Kamikochi is a soul-cleansing escape, where time slows and you can hear the heartbeat of nature. The air here is pure, the landscape untouched, and the spirit of Japan's wild heart is alive and unbroken. In Kamikochi, you don't just see nature, you become one with it. Tucked along the western coast of Hokkaido, Otaru is more than just a port city. It's a gentle echo from the past, where time seems to drift as slowly and delicately as falling snowflakes. Here the pace of life softens, and the streets feel like a poem whispered under breath, wrapped in the hush of winter's embrace. Come winter, Otaru undergoes a breathtaking transformation. The city turns into a living snow globe, its rooftops blanketed in white, its air filled with a serene stillness that mutes the world into peaceful silence. Snow clings softly to window panes, drapes itself along tree branches, and gently layers the cobbled streets, turning every corner into a postcard of quiet wonder. During the enchanting Otaru Snowlight Path Festival, the city reaches the height of its poetic beauty. Thousands of tiny candles float on the canal's surface, or rest in hand-carved snow lanterns along the banks, their flames flickering like golden spirits dancing in the frost-bitten dusk. These lights do not shout for attention. They whisper stories of love, longing, and memory into the night air. As they shimmer against the snowy canvas of the city, they create an atmosphere that is nothing short of ethereal, an ephemeral moment suspended between reality and reverie. Otaru is not a city that demands your gaze. It invites you to feel. It is a place of understated elegance, where beauty reveals itself slowly, like a secret entrusted to those willing to pause and listen. Here, you don't just see the snow, you hear its silence. You don't just walk through the streets, you drift as if within a memory. This is Otaru, a city written in snow, shaped by history and lit by quiet flames. A final chapter of winter's tale, penned not with words but with soul. Australia's radiant river city, welcome to Brisbane, where tropical vibes meet urban sophistication and sunshine is more than a forecast. It's a lifestyle. Nestled between golden beaches and lush hinterlands, Brisbane is a city that pulses with energy, yet flows like the Brisbane River that gently winds through its heart. At sunrise, the city glows with promise. Light filters through towering glass facades and dances on the water as rowers glide silently past. The Story Bridge, bold and graceful, casts long shadows over the waking streets. The scent of eucalyptus lingers in the morning air, mingling with the rich aroma of freshly brewed coffee from a riverside cafe. Start your day with a stroll through South Bank Parklands, where rainforest pockets, sandy lagoons, and vibrant bougainvillea arbors create a paradise in the heart of the city. Watch as joggers, cyclists, and families come alive beneath the Queensland sun. Ride the wheel of Brisbane for panoramic views stretching from the sooty skyline to the distant Glasshouse Mountains. Culture thrives here, from the cutting-edge exhibitions of Goma, Gallery of Modern Art, to the live music echoing through laneways and rooftop bars. Brisbane's art scene is bold, playful, and unafraid to speak. It celebrates both tradition and innovation in equal measure. As the day heats up, head to Kangaroo Point Cliffs, where climbers scale ancient rock faces and picnickers watch the riverboats drift lazily by. Or take a ferry to explore the charming suburb of New Farm, home to artisan bakeries, leafy parks, and the iconic Powerhouse Theatre. When golden hour arrives, Brisbane becomes a masterpiece. The skyline is etched in gold. Reflections shimmer on the river. Locals gather along the Howard Smith wharves, sipping drinks beneath fairy-lit fig trees as the city buzzes softly around them. Brisbane isn't just a destination, it's a feeling. Laid back yet electric, modern yet grounded, vibrant yet peaceful. It's where the river flows and life glows. In the heart of Australia lies Canberra, a city designed with vision, surrounded by nature, and alive with culture. As the nation's capital, Canberra is more than just politics and government buildings. It's a city that blends modern architecture, lakeside beauty, and a vibrant lifestyle with a calm, welcoming spirit. At the center of it all is Lake Burley-Griffin, the jewel of Canberra. Its glassy waters reflect the skyline, where cyclists, rowers, and joggers enjoy the crisp air. From here, avenues stretch outward in symmetry, leading to the Grand Australian Parliament House, an architectural icon set into the hillside, symbolizing both tradition and progress. Canberra is also a city of remembrance and reflection. The Australian War Memorial stands as one of the country's most moving landmarks, honoring history with a profound sense of respect. Just beyond the National Gallery of Australia and the National Museum invite visitors to explore art, culture, and stories that shape the nation's identity. But Canberra is not only about institutions. Its natural beauty is everywhere. Mount Ainslie offers sweeping views across the city's geometric design, while the surrounding Namadgi National Park provides a wilderness escape of forests, rivers, and ancient Aboriginal rock art. Seasonal beauty adds to the charm. Cherry blossoms in spring, golden hues in autumn, and snow-dusted peaks in winter. Food and wine also shine here. Local markets buzz with fresh produce, and nearby vineyards in the Canberra wine region offer boutique tastings just minutes from the city. Whether you're exploring lively precincts filled with cafes and street art, or walking quiet paths along the lake at sunset, Canberra feels both cosmopolitan and serene. It's a city built to tell Australia's story through its landmarks, landscapes, and people. And for travelers, Canberra offers not just a glimpse into the nation's heart, but an experience of discovery, beauty, and inspiration. Welcome to Sydney, Australia's glittering coastal jewel, where ocean meets skyline, modern meets ancient, and every sunrise begins with possibility. Framed by the Pacific and etched with golden beaches, Sydney isn't just a city. It's a rhythm, a lifestyle, a celebration of land and sea. As the day awakens, the first light spills over the Sydney Opera House, its iconic white sails glowing like origami against the dawn. Across the harbor bridge stretches wide, a steel embrace that connects the pulse of the city to the calm of its bays. Ferries glide across the water, and early risers jog along Circular Quay, where every step feels like walking through a postcard. Beyond the harbor, Sydney's beaches come to life. Bondi Beach rolls with surfers chasing waves and sunseekers tracing footprints in the sand. The Bondi to Coogee Walk follows dramatic cliffs and hidden coves, where the ocean crashes against sandstone with primal power. It's here the city shows its soul, wild, salty, and free. Yet Sydney is more than coastline. In the rocks, colonial-era buildings blend with trendy cafes and art galleries. In Surrey Hills and Newtown, culture pulses through murals, vintage shops, and indie restaurants. Darling Harbor invites with sparkling lights and waterside dining, while the Royal Botanic Garden offers an oasis of green with views back to the skyline, a perfect balance of nature and metropolis. Take to the water and cruise beneath the harbor bridge at sunset. Watch the skies shift to pink and violet as city lights begin to twinkle. The skyline glows, and the Opera House transforms into a sculpture of light. It's a moment when everything feels still, yet fully alive. And as night deepens, Sydney doesn't slow. Rooftop bars shimmer, street musicians play beneath lantern-lit alleyways. The southern stars rise above, and the air carries a promise that tomorrow will begin again with sunlight, sea breeze, and wonder. Sydney is more than a destination. It's a feeling, bold yet peaceful, vibrant yet serene, where land, water, and culture move as one. At the edge of the wild southern oceans, framed by the towering presence of Mount Wellington, lies Hobart, the charming capital of Tasmania. This harbour city blends old-world character with a creative, modern spirit, making it one of Australia's most captivating destinations. Stroll through Salamanca Place, where rows of sandstone warehouses, once bustling with whalers and traders, now host art galleries, craft shops, and the famous Salamanca Market. Here, the aromas of local produce, artisan foods, and the sounds of live music create an atmosphere that is both lively and welcoming. Down by the waterfront, fishing boats and yachts share the docks, while restaurants serve the freshest seafood, from plump oysters to Tasmanian salmon. The Derwent River glistens with reflections of the city, a perfect backdrop for sunset views that capture the soul of Hobart. For art lovers, the iconic Mona, the Museum of Old and New Art, offers a daring and thought-provoking experience, drawing visitors from across the globe. And just beyond the city, nature beckons. A short drive takes you up Mount Wellington, where sweeping panoramas reveal Hobart's red rooftops, winding waterways, and distant peaks. Tasmania's wild beauty is always close. Day trips to Bruny Island promise rugged coastlines, wildlife encounters, and gourmet food trails, while nearby Richmond tells stories of Australia's colonial past through its preserved Georgian architecture. Hobart is more than a destination. It's a journey through history, creativity, and natural wonder. From its vibrant markets and cutting-edge art scene to its breathtaking landscapes and welcoming people, Hobart leaves every traveler with a sense of discovery and connection to Australia's wild and beautiful southern edge. Welcome to Melbourne, Australia's cultural soul, where art meets architecture, coffee fuels conversation, and creativity flows through every laneway. Nestled on the banks of the Yarra River, Melbourne is a city that doesn't just move. It hums, it paints, it performs. Every street corner holds a surprise. Every sunset feels like a carefully curated scene. As the city awakens, The skyline glows in soft gold. Lights spilling across the towering spires of Flinders Street Station and onto the rippling waters of South Bank. Trams roll gently through tree-lined boulevards, and early risers sip flat whites in sun-drenched cafes. Melbourne isn't in a rush. It invites you to slow down and savor it, one perfect moment at a time. Wander the laneways, the true heartbeat of the city. Here, walls are canvases bursting with street art, color, rebellion, and expression. In Hosier Lane, every spray of paint is a story in progress. Around every corner, there's a hidden cafe, a jazz bar, a bookstore lit by warm light and quiet energy. By day, Melbourne is sophisticated, home to world-class galleries, lush gardens, and historic arcades. Stroll through Federation Square, explore the National Gallery of Victoria, or shop beneath the ornate ceilings of the Block Arcade, or simply sit by the Yarra, watching rowers glide past and the city reflect in ripples. As dusk falls, Melbourne transforms. The skyline is set ablaze with color. Rooftop bars flicker to life. In St. Kilda, the sky turns to fire behind the pier, and penguins waddle ashore like living poetry. The scent of world cuisines fills the air, from Italian in Carlton, to Vietnamese in Richmond, to Greek tavernas echoing with music and laughter. At night, the city becomes a stage. Catch a show at the Princess Theatre, or simply watch the stars rise over the cityscape from a quiet bridge. Melbourne doesn't sleep, it dreams out loud. Melbourne is more than a city, it's a mosaic of moments, vibrant, layered, and endlessly alive. Nestled between the sparkling coastline of Gulf St. Vincent and the rolling Adelaide Hills, Adelaide is a city where culture, history, and natural beauty converge in perfect harmony. As you wander through its elegant streets, you'll discover a city that balances cosmopolitan sophistication with a relaxed, friendly charm. Adelaide's skyline glimmers with modern architecture, while heritage buildings whisper tales of the city's rich past. The city is a haven for food lovers and wine enthusiasts alike. Explore the vibrant Central Market, where fresh produce, gourmet delicacies, and local flavors paint a feast for your senses. Just a short drive away, the world-renowned Barossa Valley and McLaren Vale Vineyards invite you to sip award-winning wines while enjoying breathtaking vineyard landscapes. Nature lovers will find solace in the lush Adelaide Botanic Garden or along the pristine beaches of Glenelg and Henley. In the Adelaide Hills, charming villages and winding trails offer a perfect escape, showcasing cascading waterfalls, serene forests, and panoramic views of the city below. Art and culture thrive at every corner, from contemporary galleries to classical theaters, live music venues, and annual festivals that celebrate creativity and innovation. Whether it's a leisurely stroll along the River Torrens, an adventurous hike in Cleland Wildlife Park, or a scenic drive through the hills, Adelaide captures the heart with its understated elegance and warm Australian spirit. Adelaide is not just a city to visit, it's an experience to savor. Its blend of natural beauty, vibrant culture, and culinary delights makes it a destination that resonates long after your journey ends, leaving memories that beckon you to return again and again. A landscape of twisted trees, massive boulders, and endless horizons. This is Joshua Tree National Park, where the Mojave and Colorado deserts merge into something extraordinary. The park takes its name from the Joshua tree itself, a spiky, otherworldly plant that looks like it belongs in a dream. Early settlers thought these trees looked like prophets with outstretched arms, and once you see them, it's hard to forget their strange silhouette against the sky. Wander among the jumbo rocks, enormous piles of granite sculpted over millions of years by wind and rain. The boulders invite you to climb, explore, and discover hidden passages where sunlight falls in golden beams. In the higher elevations, the Mojave Desert dominates. Here you'll find dense forests of Joshua trees and clusters of cholla cactus. The air is cooler, and the landscape feels ancient, a place that has witnessed countless sunrises and storms. Drive down into the lower elevations, and everything changes. The Colorado desert stretches wide and flat, dotted with ocotillo and creosote bush. In spring, this part of the park bursts into color as wildflowers bloom in the sand. One of the park's most unforgettable experiences comes after dark. Joshua Tree is an international dark sky park, and when the sun sets, the sky explodes with stars. The Milky Way becomes a luminous river overhead, and the silhouettes of Joshua trees stand in quiet witness to the night. Whether you're here to hike among hidden oases, scramble across sun-warmed rocks, or simply stand in awe beneath the stars, Joshua Tree National Park has a way of staying with you long after you've left. It's a landscape that asks you to slow down, look closer, and feel the quiet power of the desert. High in the Sierra Nevada, Lake Tahoe shimmers like a vast jewel set among mountains and pine forests. Spanning the border between California and Nevada, this is the largest alpine lake in North America and one of the clearest. In the early morning, the surface is glassy and still, mirroring the sky in soft hues of silver and blue. Along the western shore, Towering pines lean over hidden coves where the water glows turquoise in the sun. Hike to Eagle Falls, where clear mountain streams tumble down granite cliffs before joining the lake. From the trail above, you can see Emerald Bay, a pocket of deep green water framed by rocky headlands. At sunrise, the bay is often wrapped in mist, and Finette Island seems to float between worlds. In summer, the lake draws people from everywhere. Kayakers and paddleboarders gliding across the shallows, sailboats drifting in the breeze, and swimmers braving the cold, pure water. Along the sandy beaches, families set up picnics, while hikers set off to explore the miles of trails that circle the shoreline. In winter, the landscape transforms. Snow blankets the trees and mountains. Skiers carve down the slopes of Heavenly and Squaw Valley, while the lake below stays free of ice, its blue surface striking against the white peaks. Even on the coldest days, the air here feels crisp and clean, scented with pine and snow. At sunset, Lake Tahoe becomes something unforgettable. The light turns the water to molten gold, and the ridges of the Sierra fade into deep violet shadows. Campfires flicker on the shore. In the darkness, the lake reflects the stars so perfectly, it seems as though the sky has come down to rest on the water. More than any single viewpoint or season, Lake Tahoe is a place of contrasts: warm sun and cold water, quiet mornings and lively evenings, summer crowds and winter solitude. Whether you come to hike, sail, ski, or simply sit by the shore and watch the light change, you'll find that this place has a way of staying in your heart long after you leave. In the heart of the Pacific Northwest, rising through layers of mist and pine, stands a giant of ice and stone, Mount Rainier. Towering at 14,410 feet, this sleeping volcano is the crown of Washington State and the centerpiece of a wilderness unlike any other. It commands not just the landscape, but the imagination. All around its base, Mount Rainier National Park unfolds in textures and layers, deep valleys carved by ancient glaciers, alpine lakes so still they mirror the sky, forests older than memory. In midsummer, the air is thick with the scent of pine and the buzz of bees. Trails wind gently upward, each turn revealing another perspective of the mountain, massive, silent, and snow-capped. In the lower elevations, Grove of the Patriarchs welcomes you beneath trees over 1,000 years old. Their bark is thick and cool to the touch, their trunks wrapped in moss. The forest feels like a cathedral, where every breath is slower, every sound softer. As you hike higher, waterfalls cut across the land like silver threads. Narada Falls, Christine Falls, and Comet Falls spill from steep cliffs into mossy gorges, their waters fed by the very glaciers that wrap Rainier's flanks. But it's the changing light that transforms this park into something unforgettable. At dusk, the mountain glows in soft tones of copper and lavender, as if the sun itself is bowing out in reverence. The clouds stretch thin and golden across the sky, and the air cools to a whisper. This park is more than scenery. It's a living system of fire and ice, movement and stillness. It's a place where you feel the earth not as a concept, but as a presence, alive beneath your boots, around every bend, and above every tree line. Whether you come to summit its heights, wander its wildflower meadows, or simply gaze up in awe, Mount Rainier will stay with you, not as a postcard, not as a memory, but as a feeling. In a hidden corner of southern Colorado, where the Sangre de Cristo Mountains rise like ancient sentinels, the earth whispers in golden waves. Welcome to Great Sand Dunes National Park, a surreal meeting of wind, sand, water, and time, where the landscape seems borrowed from another planet. This isn't just a desert. This is a place where sand climbs to the sky, forming North America's tallest dunes, some soaring over 750 feet tall. Here, the ground breathes with heat and light, and every gust of wind carves new stories into the ever-shifting hills. Step into this alien wilderness, and the world you knew feels far away. As your feet sink into warm grains, you climb not just a dune, but a moment suspended in silence. Each step upward challenges your body, while your soul soars with the expansive view. At the summit, it's just you, the wind, and a 360-degree sweep of vastness. The San Luis Valley stretches out below like a dreamscape, and behind you, snow-capped peaks guard the sands like timeless watchmen. Come summer, Medano Creek flows at the base of the dunes, creating a rare and playful desert oasis. Children splash, dogs dash, and laughter echoes between the mountains and dunes, all made more magical by the phenomenon of surge flow, where waves ripple like a pulsing heartbeat across the sand. As twilight descends, the dunes catch fire with amber light. Shadows stretch long and deep, and the cool evening wind hums across the rippled slopes. Then, the stars arrive, in numbers so vast and bright, it feels like the cosmos has spilled over the edge of the universe. This is one of the darkest night skies in America, and here, under the Milky Way, you don't just look up, you fall into it. Great Sand Dunes is not a place you merely visit. It's a place that visits you, leaves its grains in your shoes, its silence in your thoughts, and its sky in your memories. It rises like a flame against the fog, a suspension of steel and dreams. The Golden Gate Bridge, spanning the mouth of San Francisco Bay, is more than just a marvel of engineering. It's a symbol of the American spirit, bold, beautiful, and enduring. As you approach it, whether on foot, by car, or through the lens of a drone, the first thing that strikes you is its color, international orange, standing out defiantly against the gray skies and blue waters. Designed in the 1930s during the heart of the Great Depression, this colossal structure was once the longest and tallest suspension bridge in the world. And even today, nearly a century later, it continues to captivate hearts and lenses. Begin your journey from Marin Headlands, where early morning mist swirls around the bridge towers like whispers from another world. As the sun begins to rise, the bridge slowly reveals itself, a golden path suspended in time. From here, San Francisco's skyline glows in the distance, and the vast Pacific stretches endlessly behind. Walk along its pedestrian path, and you'll hear the hum of passing cars, the cries of gulls, and the whisper of ocean wind. Look down. The deep blue waters of the bay churn beneath you. Look up. The 746-foot towers pierce the sky like sentinels watching over the city. But it's at sunset that the Golden Gate becomes truly magical. The sky turns to fire, crimson, gold, and lavender, and the bridge glows as though lit from within. Traffic slows, silence grows, cameras click, a golden hour for the Golden Gate, and then comes night. As stars awaken above and city lights flicker to life, the bridge becomes a glowing thread between two worlds. Spotlights illuminate its silhouette, while the gentle fog returns, wrapping it in mystery once more. The Golden Gate Bridge is not just steel and rivets. It's a passage, a postcard, a poem written in metal and light. And every crossing is a story waiting to be told. In the misty borderlands between North Carolina and Tennessee, the Great Smoky Mountains rise in soft blue ridges that seem to stretch forever. This is America's most visited national park, a place where ancient mountains and old-growth forests create a world that feels both timeless and alive. At dawn, a silver haze drifts through the valleys, curling around the treetops like a living thing. The Cherokee once called these mountains Shakonaj, the land of blue smoke. And when you stand at an overlook and watch the fog lifting, you understand why. Trails wind through dense woods filled with towering tulip poplars, oaks, and hemlocks. In spring, wildflowers bloom in astonishing variety. Trillium, lady slippers, and fields of delicate phlox. Waterfalls spill down mossy rock faces in hidden hollows. Laurel Falls, Grotto Falls, Rainbow Falls, each with its own quiet music. In Cades Cove, a wide green valley opens among the ridges. Here deer graze in the meadows, and black bears wander the edges of the trees. Old pioneer cabins and churches stand preserved, reminders of the families who once farmed this land. Drive the Newfound Gap Road, and the landscape shifts with every turn, from deep forests to sweeping vistas, where you can see ridge after ridge fading into the distance. At Klingman's Dome, the highest point in the park, a short walk takes you to a tower where the view stretches for 100 miles on a clear day. As evening comes, the Smokies reveal another kind of beauty. The last light touches the ridges in soft gold. In summer, thousands of fireflies flicker in the twilight, turning the forest into a living constellation. More than any single view, the Smoky Mountains offer a feeling, a quiet invitation to slow down, breathe the cool air, and remember the deep rhythms of the natural world. Whether you hike to a hidden waterfall, watch the sunrise break over the peaks, or simply stand among the trees, this place stays with you long after you've gone. As the last light fades and the world falls quiet, one truth remains. Wonder is everywhere. It lives in the mountains we climb, the cities we wander, and the moments that make us pause. Thank you for joining this journey across our planet's most extraordinary places. Subscribe to Secret Stops and let the world keep calling you to explore, one hidden stop at a time. Until the next adventure, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep chasing the beauty that lies beyond the horizon.